Table 9, Part IE. The door swings open. It was a humid Saturday evening in Charleston, South Carolina, the kind where sweat gathers before you even sit down. At the Blue Magnolia, an upscale southern restaurant known for its smoked duck and sweet tea brew. The dining room hummed with white tablecloth elegance behind the bar. 35-year-old Craig Witherspoon adjusted his bow tie, checking his reflection in the wine cooler's glass door. He wasn't the best waiter, but he'd been there the longest. A local boy, Craig liked to think of himself as a protector of tradition, though that usually translated into silent judgments, passive aggression, and sometimes something worse at 7:14 p.m. The hostess opened the door for a couple, James and Elisha Carter, mid-30s, glowing. James was in a tailored navy suit. Elijah, radiant in an emerald green dress, walked like the room owed her respect. Craig's eyes narrowed. "They're not regulars," he mumbled under his breath. The hostess seated them at table 9, his section. Craig sighed and turned toward the server station, dragging his feet like each step was a burden. Part I. Cold smiles. Warm eyes. Craig approached with a forced smile. "Can I get y'all something to drink?" "Water?" "Sweet tea," James smiled. "We'll start with a bottle of the Pinot Noir, 2016, the Willamette Valley, not the house one." Craig raised an eyebrow. Knows his wine, he thought bitterly. "Sure," he said flatly, scribbling on his notepad. "Menus will be out soon," but then he didn't bring the wine. Nor the menus. 10 minutes passed. Then 15 at the next table. Craig was charming a group of white tourists, laughing loudly, pouring wine with flair. James caught his eye, raising a polite hand. Craig turned away. Alicia leaned in. "He's ignoring us, I noticed," James said calmly. "But let's give it a minute. I want to see what he does when he thinks no one's watching." What Craig didn't know was that someone was watching. Part II. The Lens. The restaurant had recently installed a new security system, outfitted with discrete cameras, covering all angles. A few were motion-triggered, others recorded audio in bursts. What's more, a local college student working part-time in the office, Renee Morales, had been testing a facial recognition AI tool for her ethics thesis. She'd set it to flag patterns of unequal service based on recorded footage back in the office. Renee sipped on cold coffee as she reviewed flagged clips from the last 3 weeks. That night, a notification popped up. Pattern detected. Disparity in service. Table 9, 7:14 p.m. She clicked. On screen, she watched Craig's body language shift when James and Elijah sat down. He stiffened, avoided eye contact, and gave short, clipped responses. Later, she saw him walk by their table 5 times without stopping. Even while delivering prompt service to adjacent tables, Renee's heart pounded. She'd seen bias before, but this was blatant. And it was on camera. She clipped the footage and flagged it for the manager, Angela DeWitt, a no-nonsense black woman who had worked her way up from busser to GM. Part IV. Justice served. Meanwhile, back in the dining room, Alicia had had enough. "James, we're leaving. This is humiliating." But before they could stand, Angela appeared at their table, smiling warmly. "Good evening. I'm Angela, the general manager. I just reviewed some footage from our dining room. I owe you both a sincere apology." Craig, watching from the bar, stiffened. Angela turned and called out, "Craig, could you come here for a second?" He walked over, trying to act nonchalant. "Yes, ma'am. I just watched a 15-minute video of you ignoring this couple. I'd like you to apologize. Right now. And then you can clock out." His face went pale. I didn't mean anything by it," Angela cut him off. "They ordered wine. You didn't serve it. They waited 15 minutes. Meanwhile, you gave a table behind them a tableside wine tasting. Explain that the dining room had quieted." Diners turned to watch Craig swallowed. "Sorry," he mumbled. Angela turned to James and Elisha. "Your meal tonight is on the house. We'll be serving you personally. And if you give me the honor, I'd love to reserve a private tasting for you next weekend on us." James, calm as ever, nodded. "Thank you, Angela." That means a lot. Craig was escorted to the back. As he passed the kitchen door, he caught his reflection in the stainless steel. His arrogance had drained, replaced by something hollow. For the first time, he wondered what kind of man he truly was when no one was watching but someone had been epilogue. The report 2 weeks later. Renee presented her thesis bias on the menu, machine learning and the surveillance of service disparity in fine dining. The Carter incident was her case study. The footage had gone viral after Angela released a statement titled, "We cannot serve with integrity if we ignore injustice." Craig never returned to Blue Magnolia, but James and Alicia did. And every time they walked through those doors, Table 9 became a place of memory. Not of insult, but of quiet victory.